Carl Jung's journey into the unconscious was not a peaceful one. During his most intense period of self-exploration, which culminated in his creation of the Red Book, Jung faced psychosis head-on. These experiences were not something he could simply ignore. Instead, he actively engaged with them using a method he called active imagination. This was a technique that allowed him to interact with his inner visions, dreams, and hallucinations, rather than letting them take control of him. In doing so, Jung discovered that his psychotic experiences could actually be turned into a creative process. Far from a destructive force, his mental breakdowns became the soil from which his deep philosophical and psychological insights sprouted. In this chaotic mental state, Jung found himself conversing with inner figures, spirits, visions, and even the figure of Philemon, which represented a wise guide in his unconscious. Rather than simply succumbing to mental illness, Jung used these hallucinations to fuel his creativity. Through the practice of active imagination, Jung didn't just navigate his psychotic experiences, he turned them into a tool for spiritual and psychological evolution. This is a crucial point. He didn't try to repress the chaos. Instead, he actively worked with it, transforming the very essence of his breakdown into something meaningful. Jung's ability to use active imagination was a breakthrough in his psychological work. Instead of focusing only on rationality, he began to appreciate the chaotic and irrational aspects of the psyche. By engaging with them directly, he not only began to integrate the unconscious into his life, but he also opened the door to a new understanding of mental health. His approach was radically different from many of his contemporaries, who sought to medicate or repress such experiences. Jung's method was about understanding and embracing the unconscious as a necessary part of human experience. The process was not without danger, though. Engaging so deeply with the unconscious can lead to psychosis if done without discipline or guidance. Jung himself experienced moments of confusion, where the boundaries between reality and his inner world became blurred. However, his willingness to dive into this chaos allowed him to develop his psychological theories and methods in ways that no one else had. He was able to balance rational thought with intuition, turning what could have been a destabilizing breakdown into a transformative experience. Jung's method of active imagination is not just an esoteric exercise. It offers insights into how we can all confront our own inner chaos. Instead of ignoring or fearing the irrational aspects of our mind, we can use techniques like active imagination to engage with them consciously, turning them into tools for self-development. The method is still used today by therapists and spiritual seekers alike as a way to create deeper self-awareness and achieve greater psychological balance. Chapter 1. The role of active imagination in creativity. Active imagination is one of Jung's most powerful contributions to psychology, not just for its role in healing psychosis, but also for its immense potential in unlocking creativity. The essence of this technique lies in consciously engaging with the unconscious, whether through visualization, dialogue, or the creation of symbolic images. When Jung practiced this technique, he didn't just let his imagination wander aimlessly. Instead, he cultivated a focused interaction with the images and archetypes that arose from his inner world. By doing so, he allowed himself to dive deeply into the mystical and symbolic, drawing inspiration for his work on psychology and philosophy. One of the most remarkable aspects of active imagination is how it brings together the conscious and the unconscious. Jung believed that the unconscious mind was a storehouse of wisdom and creativity, often overlooked by the conscious mind. Active imagination serves as a bridge, allowing us to tap into this well of creativity. For example, when artists and writers engage in active imagination, they can often break through creative blocks, accessing ideas and visions that may not have been available through mere intellectual effort. The technique can turn chaos into something profoundly creative, allowing for artistic and personal growth. Jung's relationship with the anima, a key archetype of the unconscious, played a central role in his active imagination practice. The anima, in Jungian psychology, represents the feminine aspect of the psyche. By engaging with this figure in dialogue, Jung was able to explore his own inner contradictions and integrate the more irrational elements of his being. This process, while rooted in psychology, mirrors the creative process of many artists who tap into their inner visions to create works of art that resonate on a deeper, more symbolic level. But why is this so important for us today? Well, creativity isn't just for artists. It's a fundamental part of human nature. Everyone has the potential to engage in the process of active imagination, whether to enhance personal growth, improve problem solving, or create new and innovative solutions in any field. Think of it as a tool that helps you break free from the restrictive thinking of the left brain, those logical, structured thoughts, and let your right brain, with its expansive creativity, take the lead. This shift is vital for growth in any area of life, from personal development to career advancement. Active imagination is not just about imagination for the sake of fantasy. It's a catalyst for real-world action. It helps to clear mental blocks, channel emotions into something productive, and bring unconscious material to light. Whether it's through dream analysis, visualizations, or creative exercises, the process encourages self-awareness and self-expression. And just like Jung, who turned his psychotic episodes into valuable insights and creative works, anyone can harness the power of active imagination to turn inner turmoil into a source of empowerment and innovation. Chapter 2. Jung's Psychotic Break and the Black Books. In the Black Books, we are granted a glimpse into Jung's most vulnerable and profound moments of self-exploration. This period, during which Jung experienced what could be described as a psychotic break, was a turning point in his life and work. His decision to confront his unconscious head-on was not just a therapeutic experiment, but a method of survival. These notebooks serve as a record of his visions, dreams, and inner chaos, eventually leading to the creation of the more polished and famous Red Book. The Black Books, while less known, represent a raw and honest exploration of the psyche in crisis, offering insight into how Jung grappled with personal demons and the fear that his mind might collapse entirely. Jung was not afraid to let himself sink into the madness of his experiences. In fact, it was during this psychotic episode that he experienced some of his most powerful visions, which he later interpreted as prophetic and deeply symbolic. His encounters with figures like Philemon became not just therapeutic dialogues, but creative sources that guided him through his inner torment. These visions were not seen as delusions, but rather as part of the individuation process, the journey of self-actualization and the integration of both the conscious and unconscious aspects of the self. Through active imagination, Jung found a way to construct meaning from the chaos, ultimately giving him new creative insights that influenced his later works. The significance of the Black Books lies not just in the insights they provided Jung, but in the method they represent. Jung wasn't just passively observing his visions. He was actively engaging with them, transforming them into something meaningful. The Red Book would later emerge as a more structured narrative of this process, but the Black Books represent the wildness of the unconscious in its raw form. This chaotic and unfiltered exploration speaks to the necessity of confronting the unconscious rather than avoiding it, a theme that runs throughout Jungian psychology. These books were not just journals. They were tools for transformation. Jung's psychotic episode can be viewed through the lens of modern psychology as an exploration rather than a breakdown. He didn't resist the visions he encountered. Instead, he embraced them and allowed them to guide him through the dark recesses of his psyche. This approach to psychosis contrasts with how we often view mental illness today. Rather than medicalizing and isolating the experience, Jung's method suggests a more holistic and creative approach to dealing with the unconscious. By engaging with what would traditionally be deemed insanity, Jung was able to make sense of his inner world and even turn it into a source of strength. The Black Books also underscore the importance of self-reflection and the role of the unconscious in mental health. Jung was able to take what many would perceive as psychosis and channel it into personal growth. In modern therapy, this would align with the idea of shadow work and emotional integration. Jung's experience offers a powerful reminder that the unconscious holds much wisdom, but it requires courage and discipline to engage with it. Whether through dream analysis, visualization techniques, or self-reflection, there is much to be learned by confronting the parts of ourselves that we might otherwise suppress or fear. Chapter 3. The connection between schizophrenia and active imagination. Jung's experience with schizophrenia and his active imagination technique represent a remarkable intersection of psychology, creativity, and the unconscious. It's well documented that schizophrenia often involves a breakdown in communication between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. The left hemisphere, responsible for logical thinking and rationality, becomes disconnected from the right hemisphere, which governs emotion, creativity, and intuition. This divide creates a distorted perception of reality, often leading to delusions and hallucinations. Jung, however, viewed this not just as an illness, but as a profound psychic experience, one that he could transform into something meaningful through his active imagination method. In Jung's method, active imagination served as a way to reconnect the disjointed parts of his psyche. By consciously engaging with the unconscious, Jung worked to bring the right brain, creative, intuitive, into communication with the left brain, rational, analytical. This integration is crucial, not just for creativity, but for mental stability. Jung's method showed that psychosis, when properly understood, could be a creative source, helping individuals bridge the gap between these two conflicting aspects of the mind. Rather than seeing the hallucinations as purely delusional, Jung approached them with curiosity, seeking to understand their deeper symbolic meaning. The connection between schizophrenia and active imagination is particularly fascinating in the context of Jung's own experiences. In moments of what could be considered psychotic episodes, Jung chose to engage with his visions and voices, not as disordered events, but as meaningful communications from his unconscious. His technique allowed him to mediate between the rational mind and the more chaotic, unconscious forces. This approach is drastically different from how modern psychology typically treats schizophrenia, which often focuses on suppression or medication rather than embracing the unconscious material. Jung's method presents a profound shift in how we might view mental health and psychosis, as not merely something to be treated, but also understood and integrated. It's important to note that Jung's approach doesn't romanticize schizophrenia. Instead, it acknowledges that engaging with the unconscious through active imagination requires discipline and self-awareness. For many individuals, especially those dealing with mental illness, diving too deeply into the unconscious without guidance can lead to greater psychological distress. Jung himself experienced this, and while his active imagination method helped him make sense of his own breakdowns, it required a strong inner structure to keep him grounded. He managed to integrate the unconscious without losing himself in the chaos. And this method can be applied to modern psychotherapy as a means of working through complex psychological challenges. The link between schizophrenia and active imagination offers valuable insights for mental health practitioners today. If the unconscious is indeed a rich source of creativity and psychic energy, then methods like active imagination can serve as a therapeutic tool to integrate fragmented or disjointed aspects of the psyche. By engaging with inner figures, symbols, and images, individuals can create a bridge between rationality and intuition, facilitating emotional and mental healing. While this method requires careful application, it opens up the possibility for a deeper understanding of psychosis and its therapeutic potential, offering a pathway for those struggling with mental health issues to find balance and integration. Chapter 4: Buddhism and Breath Control for Emotional Stability. The connection between Buddhism and emotional stability is rooted in the mind-body connection, particularly through the practice of breath control. In times of psychological stress or emotional turmoil, the breath can be an immediate and powerful anchor. In Buddhism, breath control is often taught as a means of grounding the mind, calming the nervous system, and cultivating inner peace. The very act of paying attention to one's breath brings an immediate shift in consciousness, focusing the mind and soothing the body. This practice is not just about breathing. It's a profound tool for emotional regulation and mental clarity. Breath control can help individuals deal with episodes of psychosis, anxiety, or emotional upheaval by creating a physical and mental space between the experience and their reaction. When people experience intense emotions, their breathing often becomes shallow and rapid, which further fuels the emotional intensity. By consciously slowing down the breath and focusing on its rhythm, individuals can disrupt this pattern and promote a sense of calm. In this sense, breath control acts as a counterbalance to the chaos of emotions, helping to establish a sense of equilibrium. This practice is a simple yet powerful technique that can be used at any moment to regain control over one's emotions and mind. Jung's exploration of the unconscious aligns with the Buddhist perspective of inner balance. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of awareness, and breathing techniques are just one way to cultivate this awareness. Jung, too, advocated for methods that bring the unconscious into conscious awareness. Through the practice of active imagination and engaging with the unconscious, individuals are encouraged to bring their inner worlds into balance. This balance is essential for personal transformation and emotional stability. Just as breath control helps regulate emotions, the integration of unconscious material through Jung's methods leads to a harmonious psyche, where both rational and irrational elements coexist peacefully. In a world filled with constant distractions and stresses, breath control offers a way to stay present and connect with one's inner self. Whether through meditation, yoga, or simple breathing exercises, this technique provides a moment of stillness and awareness. For those navigating psychological challenges, these practices serve as tools to manage stress and maintain mental health. Jung's therapeutic techniques align with this practice by encouraging individuals to confront their unconscious fear, anxiety, or anger, and transform them into a source of creativity and growth. Breath control is not just for calming the mind, but for fostering emotional resilience. Just as Buddhist teachings guide practitioners toward a balanced and mindful life, Jung's exploration of the unconscious offers tools for emotional integration. By practicing mindfulness and paying attention to the breath, individuals can gain clarity and emotional stability, even in the most difficult situations. Combining breath control with Jungian methods of self-reflection and shadow work can lead to a profound transformation, helping individuals to face their inner turmoil and emerge with greater strength and self-awareness. Chapter 5: The Left Brain versus Right Brain Dynamic. The left brain and right brain have long been studied in psychology, representing two distinct cognitive processes. The left brain is often associated with logic, analytical thinking, and the ability to break down complex problems into smaller, more manageable components. It's the side of the brain that thrives in structured environments, favoring order and precision. On the other hand, the right brain is the seat of creativity, intuition, and holistic thinking. It allows individuals to see the bigger picture and connect disparate ideas in meaningful ways, often working with symbolism and imagination. The balance between these two hemispheres is crucial for achieving both mental stability and creativity. In the realm of psychological exploration, understanding how these two brain functions interact is essential for personal development. When an individual becomes too reliant on the left brain, they might struggle with emotional expression and creative thinking, becoming trapped in a cycle of overthinking and rigid logic. Conversely, when the right brain dominates, there's a risk of disorganization and a lack of direction. The challenge lies in finding harmony between these two forces. By engaging both hemispheres, individuals can achieve mental clarity, emotional balance, and a stronger sense of self-awareness. The interaction between these two sides of the brain plays a significant role in mental health. When there's an imbalance, it can lead to psychological struggles such as anxiety, depression, or psychosis. For example, during periods of high stress, the left brain might try to control every aspect of a situation, leading to a feeling of being overwhelmed. By reconnecting with the right brain, individuals can tap into creative solutions and intuitive insights, helping them regain control. Jungian psychology emphasizes this integration, suggesting that true psychological health requires the harmonious interaction of both rational and irrational forces within psyche. In practical terms, engaging the right brain can be a powerful tool for psychological healing. Techniques like active imagination, which Jung developed, encourage individuals to enter into a dialogue with the unconscious, breaking free from the constraints of the rational mind. Through creative expression, such as art, writing, or dream interpretation, the right brain can offer insights that the left brain might overlook. These practices allow individuals to connect with deeper aspects of themselves, fostering greater personal growth and self-understanding. Moreover, balancing the left brain and right brain is essential for achieving emotional stability. For example, when dealing with stressful situations, it's helpful to ground oneself through analytical thinking, left brain, while also allowing for creativity and emotional expression, right brain. This balance enables individuals to approach life's challenges with both rationality and intuition, leading to more effective problem solving and a deeper connection with their inner selves. By understanding and nurturing the dynamic between the two, individuals can cultivate a life filled with both logic and creativity, leading to a well-rounded and fulfilling existence. Chapter 6: Integration and Healing Through Active Imagination. Active imagination is more than just a technique. It's a transformative practice that connects the conscious mind with the unconscious, allowing individuals to integrate fragmented aspects of themselves into a coherent whole. This technique, championed by Carl Jung, involves engaging with inner images, voices, or archetypal figures in a conscious dialogue. By doing so, one confronts and processes unresolved emotions, fears, and desires. Over time, this integration leads to psychological healing and a deeper sense of self-awareness. Jung viewed this process as vital for individuation, the journey towards wholeness and personal growth. The goal of integration is not to eliminate the unconscious, but to embrace it. Often, parts of the psyche, like the shadow, are repressed because they are deemed unacceptable by the conscious mind. However, by engaging with these darker aspects through active imagination, individuals begin to understand and transform them into valuable resources. This process promotes psychological balance by merging the conscious and unconscious, leading to an expanded sense of self. as Jung demonstrated through his own experiences. Facing the unconscious is the only way to truly heal and grow. One of the most powerful aspects of active imagination is its ability to heal psychological wounds. For example, someone struggling with unresolved trauma or repressed emotions can use this technique to confront and transform these issues. Whether through visualizations or symbolic dreams, the unconscious communicates through images and stories, helping the individual to see these experiences in a new light. By engaging with the psyche's content, one can release emotional blockages, gain clarity, and move towards self-acceptance. It's a journey that requires patience and dedication, but it can lead to profound emotional resilience and lasting change. Through active imagination, individuals not only confront their inner fears, but also discover creative solutions to their life's challenges. Jung used this method to bridge the gap between his rational thoughts and the deeper, often chaotic experiences of his unconscious mind. Similarly, modern individuals can harness this technique to enhance their creativity, unlock new insights, and find innovative solutions to life's problems. Whether through writing, art, or meditation, active imagination offers a path to personal transformation and mental clarity. It encourages people to explore their unconscious landscape, ultimately leading them to a more authentic and empowered self. The integration of the unconscious is not always easy. It requires a commitment to self-exploration and the courage to face difficult emotions and memories. However, as Jung's work shows, it is through this very confrontation that true healing occurs. By welcoming the unconscious mind, individuals are not only able to overcome psychological barriers, but also unlock their fullest potential. The practice of active imagination provides a roadmap for this journey, offering a way to transform inner chaos into harmony and clarity. It is a tool for anyone seeking wholeness and personal evolution. Chapter 7. The Potential of Active Imagination in Modern Therapy. Active imagination, originally conceived by Carl Jung as a way to integrate the unconscious into conscious awareness, has proven to be a powerful tool in modern therapy. In today's world, where mental health challenges like anxiety, depression, and trauma are widespread, this technique offers a fresh approach to healing that goes beyond traditional cognitive methods. Jung's idea that engaging with the unconscious through symbolic and imaginal work allows individuals to confront their innermost struggles is gaining more recognition among contemporary therapists. By using active imagination, patients can work through unresolved conflicts and emotional wounds, not only by analyzing them, but by experiencing them in a safe, controlled environment. In modern psychotherapy, many professionals have started incorporating active imagination as part of their practices, recognizing its value in deepening the therapeutic process. Unlike more conventional methods that focus on talk therapy or pharmaceutical treatments, active imagination allows for a direct engagement with the subconscious mind, promoting greater self-awareness and emotional healing. It empowers patients to face their inner conflicts head-on, rather than avoiding or suppressing them. This method aligns with Jungian psychology, which emphasizes the importance of integration, balance, and wholeness. It's about bringing all parts of the self, both light and dark, into harmony, which ultimately fosters personal growth. One of the key benefits of active imagination in modern therapy is its ability to work with the creative mind. Creative exercises, such as visualization and art therapy, are incorporated into this process, allowing clients to express their emotions and insights in nonverbal forms. This approach taps into the right brain, which is often underused in conventional therapy that primarily engages the left brain. By unlocking the creative potential of the unconscious mind, active imagination offers a pathway for deeper expression and healing. Whether through art, journaling, or dream work, clients can access their inner wisdom, which often reveals solutions and insights that the conscious mind may overlook. Active imagination also complements meditative and mindfulness practices, both of which are gaining popularity in mental health treatment today. Breathing exercises, mindful awareness, and visualization techniques all tap into the same wellspring of the unconscious that active imagination uses. They help individuals to calm their minds, center themselves, and become more attuned to their inner world. Integrating these practices into therapy can help patients manage their emotions more effectively, particularly in times of stress or crisis. By promoting a balanced connection between the conscious and unconscious, these techniques help individuals stay grounded and emotionally stable, even when facing challenges. Finally, the power of active imagination in modern therapy lies in its potential to foster self-healing. By allowing individuals to engage with the unconscious, it provides them with a direct pathway to understanding their emotional triggers, fears, and desires. This exploration can lead to profound personal transformation as clients gain insight into the roots of their issues and develop the tools necessary for self-regulation. It's not just about talking through problems. It's about healing at a deep, energetic level. Just as Jung himself used active imagination to manage his psychosis and apocalyptic visions, modern individuals can use this technique to confront their own inner chaos, integrate their unconscious material, and move forward with a sense of empowerment and clarity. Concluso, what if you could actively engage with your thoughts, emotions, and dreams to uncover hidden truths? Now that you've glimpsed the transformative power of active imagination, it's time to ask, how will you use this technique in your own life? Are you ready to engage with the unconscious mind and explore the depths of your own psyche? By consciously connecting with the voices and symbols of your inner world, you too can begin the process of self-healing, integration, and personal growth, just as Jung did. Remember, active imagination isn't just about understanding your unconscious. It's about dialoguing with it, exploring its wisdom, and allowing it to illuminate your path. Jung's Red Book shows us that these visions and symbols, while seemingly chaotic or irrational, are powerful vehicles for creativity and personal evolution. The deeper you go into this process, the more you realize that it's not about escaping your fears or insecurities, but about embracing them, transforming them, and using them as tools for self-creation. So, take a step back and reflect. Are you stuck in the grind of everyday life, going through the motions without questioning your path? What if you could actively engage with your thoughts, emotions, and dreams to uncover hidden truths? Active imagination offers you the keys to that transformation. It's about breaking free from the chains of automatic thinking and stepping into a life where you actively create your own narrative. It's time to take charge of your story and let Jung's wisdom guide you in unlocking the deeper potentials of your mind. This journey isn't for the faint-hearted, but if you're ready to delve into the unknown, self-transformation awaits. Embrace the chaos, connect with your unconscious, and let your creativity flourish. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. The deeper you go, the more you'll uncover about yourself, your purpose, and your place in the universe. Now, take action. Incorporate active imagination into your daily life. Start with a simple exercise of visualization or try dream analysis. Trust the process. Be patient with yourself and let the unconscious guide you. Ready for the next step in your personal journey? Subscribe, activate your notifications, and let's continue exploring these powerful methods together.